why do you guys reckon? Why do you reckon people are smoking now anyway? Like it's 2010.
I think it's just the whole aspect that it's cool.
Do you reckon it's on the way out anyway? And is it really cool? Because I mean, a lot of people are like the same sort of idea as Kate, that smoking's like there's a lot of smoker haters out there, people who just plain don't like it. And it seems to me that that's becoming more and more popular.
Yeah.
It's just not tolerated even. Like there's a lot of.
I think like back years ago it was really cool to smoke and everything. I think they'll eventually
expected,
find
really.
something that's cooler than cigarettes, and
That
they'll
was
start
drugs.
doing that.
It's called
Yeah.
ice.
Yeah, they'll start doing that now.
But the thing is,
That's what I think. They won't
What I
be
don't get
interested in
is
it.
that people get into stuff and all right, you're gonna every now and then get the wanker who's like everyone watching the show will have met them at least once, or will meet them once in your life. Just that douchebag always rocks up and talks about how wasted they were, all this they were taking at Kenny's old thing, or at Rogers fucking 21st or something like that. And there's always one douchebag who's gonna find the stuff and do it. But I mean, in 2010 we got a lot of people saying that cigarettes will give you cancer. These drugs are highly addictive. We're branching off a bit from cigarettes now. But there's so much information, and it's not that it's hard to find. Like it's pretty
out there.
It's right in your face. There's posters, billboards, anything, anywhere you go, there'll be someone telling you like, you will die if you take this, and people still do it anyway. And I like smoking. It hasn't been cool for a while, but people are still getting into it, and I'm just thinking like, maybe it's. What, the weather, the pub culture we have, where we all go out and just sit around, and I guess there's other people.
Well, when you said it's on the way out, I don't think it's on the way out. It's not as big as it used to be.
You don't reckon?
No, I think it's like it's probably dropped, but it's still going to be around. It will never go. I think kids do it because
they want to try something new.
No, it's not even that. It's just you just want to do it for the sake of doing it, and the sake of just putting it to the man. That's honest, because when I was in school in Sligo, and like half my school, there's only about maybe 350 people in it, and more than half of them smoke for the sake of smoking. I was totally against smoking for years, and then one day I took a notion, probably just after the leaving cert, I just said I'd smoke, and I didn't even smoke it properly, and I was drunk and I knew what I wasn't smoking properly, but probably in college I officially probably smoked properly.
Kate, have you ever had a cigarette?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
How old were you when you had a cigarette?
Probably in third year. What would that be? 15 or something? Are you shocked at her?
I didn't even start drinking until I was like 17.
I think I had like one, and I thought it was the most ridiculous thing. And I was like,
cigarette.
Yeah, and I was like, this is just stupid.
Have you tried it since?
That was it.
Have you only just had the one and that was it?
Yeah.
This is during the day.
Well, yeah, this is at like break time.
See, that's the problem. When you're drunk, it's
fun. It's enjoyable.
It's kind of fun, and I don't know if it's enjoyable, but it's fun.
Well, it's just pleasant, and you've got a smoke in your hand and a drink in the other.
Do you know what I
It just
think?
feels
Do you know
nice,
what I think? Like,
and in fairness, I grew up in a house where both my parents smoked, and
Yeah.
I love westerns, and they smoke like motherfuckers in those movies.
That's where it came out. It could be cool.
Yeah,
Brandon
yeah,
smoked in one
yeah,
film.
I'll tell you.
Like,
TV and
think
some
about it,
films
like,
and stuff.
Marlon Brando is a smoker. James Dean smokes. Freaking Lee Marvin smoked. Like everyone smoked.
And it's just a badass thing that is perception.
Yeah, it is. I think a lot of it is having it in your hand, like
that is really
the habit of holding something. Because my aunt got like do you know the little thing you get, and it has the little tiny nicotine in it, or the little tiny Nicorette thing in it, and it looks like a cigarette, kind of, but it's plastic. And you can take a little puff on it, like if you really feel you need to. But she used to take it out of her pocket, and she would hold it in her hand, and she would talk with it, and she'd have it in her fingers like this, and she'd be going like this, and then she'd put it back in her pocket, and she never even had to take a pull of it.
Like when I was quitting the first time, and because as every smoker in the world will know, what when you quit about 400 times, just you stop and you put it down. And it's not so much like the fact to do it. It's just like it becomes better to have this all right, in the long run I'll get cancer, but at least I won't get stuck in a door and die or something like that. Because I found myself just I had to constantly just recreate the sort of motion of it anyway, and so I was just snacking away when I wasn't hungry.
And you think one of my friends started to quit, and she ate all weekend,
Yeah.
and then she came back and she
And
was
you,
like,
you start smoking.
she was like, if I put on loads of weight, I'm not quitting. I was like, okay, whatever.
What you were talking about like but smoking and that you could die in a door. I didn't even know what you meant by that.
Like it's stuck in the door.
Okay, you get stuck in a door. Okay, right.
How many would you smoke a day, or your friends? Like how many would they smoke a day?
I've got one friend who's particularly bad, and like he's just a chain smoker.
Yeah.
Like
Will you smoke 20 a day, like?
20.
Because
No, 20
well,
is nothing.
because I know someone that smoked about 20 a day, and
Yeah,
I decided, I'd add it up and see, because they're
That's
what,
what you call a
8.50
pack a
pack or
day.
something, right? It's about €60 a week to smoke 20 a day.
If you're smoking the packets.
Oh my, yeah, if you're smoking the packets,
20
yeah,
pack, it's
yeah.
about €6.
That's
Between
actually
6 and €8.
crazy. Like, who has £60 to throw away now? Like,
See, when I was
really?
see, I
if I had £60 a
smoked
week
those
extra, I'd
ones.
be delighted.
If I was out drinking and I was jonesing for if I was drunk basically and I'm jonesing for a smoke, I might go buy a pack or I'll steal someone's like cigarette or something like that. But a lot of people are pretty decent for sharing cigarettes. Like no one's ever going to tell you to fuck right off. But if I was at the peak of my smoking, I would be smoking rollies anyway. And the thing is that cuts it down when you're drinking.
That's like half price of them.
You go out and I mean, as much as you enjoy the ritual, when you're in a pub and there's loud music and the table's covered in piss and whatever, you're sitting there just trying to roll. You can't get it wet, so it just becomes an arduous, boring process, and you only get through about 4 in the night because you just don't want to make them. But yeah, they're cheaper.
They're cheaper and you get more out of them, don't you? So why?
They're I'd get like a. Usually one a week or pouch a week will sort you in. It's about €4 for that. But it's enjoyable, and part of it is the ritual of rolling the cigarette. Like I couldn't I couldn't regularly just take them from the box and be like,
You get the satisfaction of making it, and it's
It's
just
something
like,
to do.
Yeah, it's
As
part.
well. I was going to say, do you know in Australia,
Yeah.
the way they have the really gory pictures on the cigarette box?
Yeah.
Do you think they should have them here?
I do.
Because they don't. They just have a government warning, and
Yeah.
who the hell is going to read
Smoking is
that?
naughty, and then
Yeah,
they've got
it's like,
it in
whatever.
Irish. It's like,
that's another
Yeah.
publicity stunt by
Yeah.
the smoking embassy
But
again.
in Australia, like,
it might be the stonecutters.
and they're really, really horrible. And like, I was showing one of my friends who smokes, and she was like, "Oh my god, I can't even look at that." And I was like, "Yeah, wouldn't it be great if that was on your box of cigarettes? You wouldn't bloody take it out your bag."
People wouldn't
Yeah.
carry the box of cigarettes any more than they would cut the
They'd
picture
put them
out
in,
of the
yeah.
soccer, or they would
Just-
switch it to a
Yeah,
nice
but it makes them have to
cigarette
put more
pouch.
effort in. If there's one thing consistent with people, it's how fucking lazy we are. People.
So I think that's enough for us.
Oh, you're gonna wrap up my show,
You're gonna
right?
Thank you for
Take
dropping
it.
in, and we'll see
And we'll
you
see you
week.
next week on Now.
My guests today were Shane Leonard. Thanks, Shane, and Kate Dolan. I'm Tommy O'Donnell. You've been watching Now.